You're watching Traders Morning Setups with Dex the Algo Capitalist. Dex created his Pulse Wave price trigger reports over 2 decades ago, and he's been using them to ride the pulse waves as a full-time trader ever since. Find out more about Dex's reports and sign up for our next webinar to learn how to use them at pulsewavetrading.com.
Good morning. It's time for our morning pre-market update. And this is what we do. We come here and we educate you to what's going on in these markets. We take a look at the overnight markets, and then we kind of get an idea of where we may be headed and where we may be going from this standpoint. All right, so let's start with our overnight markets. U.S. dollar index is down 12 pips at 103.07. We have the euro up 13 pips at 109.78. Pound sterling up 7 pips at 126.42. And the Aussie is up 13 pips at 66.25. Bitcoin futures up 710 at 37,920. And the Ethereum futures are up 41.5 at $2,061.50. Crude oil futures up 85 cents per barrel at $75.66 per barrel. We have nat gas down a nickel at $2.89. We have gold up $12.90 per ounce at $2,045.90 per ounce. Silver is up 6 cents per ounce at $25.10 per ounce. It should be noted that we have contract rollover. So if you are trading on the futures side of things on your precious metals, you will note that the new front month is no longer December. All right, gold and silver has rolled over. We're now into the February contract for gold. That's where your current open interest is located. And in the silver, we're now in March. All right, so we're in 2024 already in these futures contracts. As far as copper, we are up 3 cents at $3.83. Dow futures down 14 points at 35,359. E-mini S&P 500 futures down 8.5 at 45.52 1/4. E-mini NASDAQ 100 is down 30, make that down 40 1/4 points at 15,971 even. We have the Russell down 1.8 points at 1802.40, and we have soybeans up 6 cents at 13.35, and we have corn up about a quarter. Make that a fraction of a quarter at 4.75 half, and wheat is up 1.5 cents at 5.62.5. All right, so that's the overnight markets. As far as our morning setups, we only have 2 to speak of this morning. We have a bullish 2-bar Charlie setup in both soybeans and wheat. That means we expect an all-day up day, and for the markets to finish in the black, or in the green, we should say. All right, so as far as news this morning, as you know, the U.S. states' economies aren't looking promising for people betting against a recession. And in tech, inside the employee infighting at Microsoft over the war in Gaza. And in business news, a recruiting manager shares when it actually pays to lie during a job interview. But first, Insta-algo issues. The past few days have not been kind to Instagram. First came newly unsealed documents alleging Meta, the app's parent company, knowingly has millions of users under the age of 13 on Instagram. The complaint, filed by 33 states and first reported by the New York Times, also claims Meta protected the information from being disclosed to the public. Things only got worse when a Wall Street Journal report detailed how Instagram's Reels, its short form video platform, pushed risque footage of children as well as overtly sexual adult videos to accounts following children influencers on Instagram. The content also appeared alongside ads from major brands, according to tests conducted by the Wall Street Journal. Business Insider's Katie Napopoulos has a rundown on how a relatively scandal free summer for Meta has erupted into a full blown crisis at Instagram. The concerns raised over Reels couldn't come at a worse time. Executives highlighted successful monetization efforts for Reels during Meta's most recent earnings report. UBS also noted Reels was even outperforming TikTok. And the fix for Instagram's Reels might not be simple or ones Meta's willing to make. Trying to stop Instagram from recommending harmful content to people interested in it requires significant changes to the recommendation algorithms that also drive engagement for normal users, the Wall Street Journal reported, citing conversations with current and former Meta employees. Meanwhile, company documents indicated Instagram safety staffers are broadly barred from making changes to the platform that might reduce daily active users by any measurable amount, the Wall Street Journal also reported. The Wall Street Journal's report illustrates a broader issue the ad industry is grasping with. On one hand, much attention has been given to ensuring ads appear with the right content. The problem has gotten so big that two companies focusing specifically on brand safety, Integra Ad Science and Double Verify, have grown in prominence. Lauren Johnson, Business Insider senior advertising reporter, indicates that at the same time, advertising agencies are under incredible pressure these days. Ad spend has never fully recovered since the onset of the pandemic, meaning companies have to do more with less. That's why generative AI tools are considered significant for the industry. But handing control over to an AI comes with risks. Meta and Google are both investing heavily in AI tools. Google's Performance Max, which uses AI to place ads, has frustrated some agencies because they can't control where Google's AI decides to place ads, making it hard to track any measure. All of that puts the ad industry in a juxtaposition. Be as efficient as possible with a limited budget while not handing over the reins to technology it doesn't fully understand or control. The markets are betting against a recession. U.S. states' economies tell a different story. Over the past 3 months, 27 states have seen their economies shrink compared to only 16 states exhibiting growth, according to data from the Philadelphia Federal Reserve. These charts show why defaults are on the rise. Economists at Apollo Management said a default cycle has started. These charts outlining the bankruptcy filings and the share of high yield bonds maturing show how severe the situation is. Bank of America says rate cuts are coming. The bank predicts the Fed will cut interest rates in the middle of 2024. It's also bullish on the Fed's plan to nail a soft landing, avoiding a recession entirely. In tech news, inside Microsoft's war over the Gaza. But first, a word from our sponsor. Go to pulsewavetrading.com to sign up for our live webinar on the Pulse Wave Trading Method. I will explain and demonstrate exactly how I use my time-tested price trigger reports live and in person. I hope to see you there. So inside Microsoft's war over Gaza, internal Microsoft posts And emails reviewed by the Business Insider offer a window into the anger that workplaces across America grapple with as the war escalates. Microsoft has actively attempted to regulate the internal debate, but its moves have only further inflamed tensions. Meet the Climate Action 30. There are 30 of the top global leaders working toward climate solutions in 2023. The list includes academics, scientists, activists, influencers, corporate executives, entrepreneurs, and other industry leaders. Broadcom lays off VMware employees after closing its $69 billion acquisition. Some employees learned on Monday that their positions would be eliminated. Before the deal closed, VMware had already started cutting jobs. In business news, the three things you should lie about during your job interview. A recruiting manager warned candidates to think carefully before answering these three questions. Why did you leave your last job? Why do you want the job? And where do you see yourself in the future? Those are some very loaded questions indeed. How do you deal with that? I have to admit, it's not what you think. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's not easy. It's hard out there. Think carefully before you relocate for a new job. An Amazon senior leader warns people that they might regret relocating. The company you're making the risky move for might not appreciate the sacrifice you made, especially during layoffs. Now, I have to say here, I have witnessed that firsthand. It's like a curse. It's like a relocation curse. As soon as you formally move and relocate to the new area, that's when they lay you off. So you buy a new house and you spend all this time and effort and money. You relocate only to be there for 5 minutes before they lay you off. What's the point? It's almost like they want to see you suffer and they get off on it. Here are four things that set disruptive go getters apart. A major takeaway is that there's no path to success. But common threads include that you hang around matters and that building something isn't glamorous. In other news, no worries, Gen Z. I hated the 9 to 5 work schedule too. This simple mindset shift changed everything. Fast food isn't cheap anymore. You don't say. Virginia's data center alley residents say an eerie hum is keeping them up at night. He wanted to be a trombone player. Instead, he ended up as CEO of one of the world's biggest airlines. Ukraine turned a Soviet anti aircraft gun into a deadly ground weapon that can kill dozens of soldiers at a time, reports say. I spent years working toward my dream job at JP Morgan in Singapore, but 2 years after I got it, I quit. From NVIDIA to Meta, these 9 companies are hiring the most generative AI talent. And chart of the day, fear of missing out may heat up market rally even more after $240 billion fled stocks and $1 trillion flowed to safer bets. What's happening today? The global observance is meant to celebrate generosity. It's Giving Tuesday. And Happy National French Toast Day. It's meant to honor the breakfast dish and encourages people to eat it whenever they want. And earnings today, we have Intuit, CrowdStrike, Hewlett Packard, Enterprise, among others. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our morning show. I hope you got some good stuff out of it. And you definitely do not want to miss the thinking outside the box. You never know where we're gonna go. We just go in. We just go deep. We have a good time over there because I'm able to speak my mind. I'm able to say what I mean and mean what I say. And I don't have to worry about censorship. Don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So you definitely want to come over there with us, hang out with us, spend some time with us. I think you will be blessed by it. All right. So with that being said, I will see you guys back here at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you haven't already done so, you definitely want to do this. Alert, alert, alert. We have what must be a mistake on our website. I am seeing that the Pulse Wave Price Trigger Reports Pro membership is available for just $888 a year. Obviously, I'm firing all my people and calling the police. But before I do that, maybe you want to go and grab one. Get yourself the best yearly subscription price we have ever had on our website. This sale smells like it is about to expire. So grab a slice of that sale price cheese before Frank fixes his mistake. PulseWaveTrading.com. See if you can get there before we put it back to a reasonable price. PulseWaveTrading.com. All right, that has been our show. Remember, smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Share the content with people you don't know who it may help encourage or inspire. And most of all, the system works if you work this system. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give not them back. And on that note, I'm out. Peace.